Foundations. Foundation 4. Set your mind where Christ is and on all that is good and true. Day 3. Anxious for nothing. When you learn how to drive a car, one of the lessons you will learn is that you shouldn't ride your brake, continually stepping on the brake as you drive downhill. No end of trouble can happen if you do. Riding your brakes all the time will wear them out quickly, but riding them on a steep mountain road may cause them to overheat and quit working altogether. That's a ride that no one wants to take. Thinking anxious thoughts is like riding our brakes on the steep hills of life. Worry is false security that can comfort and slow down our fears for a while, but in the long run, it leads to disaster. We weren't meant to stop ourselves from going off the road by worrying. Worry causes us to doubt God's faithfulness. It smothers our faith and robs us of the peace and joy that God promises his children. That is why Paul tells us in Philippians chapter 4, verse 6, not to be anxious for anything, but to take all our concerns to God in prayer. And the very next verse promises that God will give us peace. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the God of peace, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7. When we feel anxious or worried, we have a choice. We can focus on that worry, thinking we can control our situation and riding our mental brakes until they fail. Or we can take that worry to God, focusing on him as he carries us to safety. To dwell on. Worry is not believing that God is in control. To discuss. What are some things you are worried about right now? Do you worry when you believe that God is in control or when you feel that you are in control? To memorize. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus.